Former First Lady Rosalynn Carter has died. She was 96. The Carter Center says that she died peacefully with family at her side at the couple's home in Plains, Georgia. Just last week, she entered hospice care at home. She was married to former President Jimmy Carter for 77 years. They had the longest marriage of any presidential couple. The 39th president entered hospice back in February. He is now 99 years old. ABC's Martha Raddatz looked back on her long and productive life.
I just want to say thank you.
Rosalynn Carter's most significant role was that of presidential advisor. An almost equal extension of myself is how the former president once described his wife.
I think it's because Jimmy and I have a mutual respect for each other. And if I go out in the countryside and see things that are problems and come home and tell him that I think we need to do something about that, he listens to me and he looks into the situation.
Rosalynn grew up in Plains, Georgia. Her best friend and classmate happened to be Jimmy Carter's sister. So when Jimmy was home from the Naval Academy in the summer of 1945, they went out. And the story goes, he announced to his mother that Rosalynn was the girl he intended to marry. A year later, they tied the knot. At first, she was a traveling Navy wife, and when Jimmy's father died in 1953, they moved back to Plains to run the family peanut business. He ran the warehouse, she kept the books. The couple had 3 boys by the time daughter Amy was born, when Rosalynn was 40. ABC's Barbara Walters spoke to the Carters in 1976.
I felt that it was my greatest accomplishment.
In 1962, Jimmy Carter was first elected to the state Senate, later to the governor's office. When her husband decided to run for the presidency,
my name is Jimmy Carter, and I'm running for president.
Rosalynn campaigned nonstop, visiting 41 states.
We don't do well with political machines, but we do well with the people. That's why you're so important to us.
Impressed with her combination of self-discipline and Southern charm, reporters nicknamed her the Steel Magnolia.
I, Jimmy Carter, do solemnly swear that I...
During her 4 years as First Lady, Rosalynn Carter continued to work for reforms in mental health programs.
I think just by focusing attention on the problem, you can be effective. I can certainly let Jimmy know what the recommendations of the commission are.
She worked on behalf of increased aid for the elderly and remained committed to women's issues, including pushing for the ratification of the Equal Rights Amendment. The First Lady from Plains will be remembered for her commitment to building what she called a more caring society.
Because there is no way that we can be at peace if our children are suffering unnecessarily. And so peace means more than just the absence of war.
A remarkable life. Again, former First Lady Rosalynn Carter passing away at the age of 96.